So this is going to be another talking part. It is going to be about things that I think about, and I'm even actually having myself on full screen, which kind of feels a bit strange because because I'm talking to myself apparently, and actually not apparently, but really, indeed, because I'm big. I'm pretty big. So there's not going to be anything else than a little bit of talking from my side and about various different things that pop into my mind. I just actually have not written down anything. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I don't know what it's going to be about, but it is probably going to be about these things that I'm having on my mind or had on my mind the past few weeks and days and whatever it might be. Yeah, and I'm going to play around with these things to make it a little bit interesting, hopefully. Something that I just noticed that I really indeed need to tidy up my room. Haven't done it in a while. Also just, this is something that I have to do today. I'm gonna do today. I just in general think that today is gonna be quite a good day, an interesting day. And yeah, anyway, Amor Fati. It is something that I'm having in my mind all the time. At this point, because it really tremendously helped me. Amor Fati means love faith, or love your faith, or love one's faith, or just, whatever you want to call it, or whatever you want to just, or however you want to put it, you know what it means. Love your faith. Whatever is happening, it is what it is. You can take action, but you're starting from this point on. Okay, maybe you have made a bad decision yesterday, but okay, your faith is that today, right now, this certain moment is what it fucking is. Period. You could be angry about it. You could be complaining about it. You could be whatever, but it is not necessarily going to make anything better. Indeed, it is not going to make anything better if you complain about it. Just switch or just exchange. This is a good word. Exchange complaining with actually doing something. This is actually a pretty good idea. A pretty good idea that is probably going to lead to a lot of growth and a lot of knowing things and a lot of stuff, I would argue. So Amor Fati tremendously helped me to get through times and to go through times. But it doesn't mean being passive. It doesn't mean just standing around and, okay, life is shit, but you accept it and you don't do anything about it and stuff like that. Maybe just taking care of this. Is it better now? Not necessarily. But anyway, it doesn't mean actually indeed being passive. This is not what I also do want to share, because I don't think that being passive is a good thing. We need to take action. Our actions basically drive our life. But yeah, sometimes we can just do something about things, and sometimes we do just have to accept what things are. Whether it is somebody leaving this amazing place, whether it is a breakup, whether it is you losing something, whatnot. Yeah, you might have just not made the best decision recently, and you might have just not been that happy or whatever it might be, but it is what it is. Amor Fati. Love your faith. Now, this point of time, in this moment, it is what it is. You can do something about it, yes, but just don't complain and don't be like, whoa, I just hate my situation. Yeah, my situation this point of time and throughout the weeks hasn't been optimal as well. I've been just not necessarily complaining, but unhappy about a few things in my life in general. But the thing is, well, yeah, I can do something about it. I just noticed that something is going on with the camera that I do not necessarily like, because this part there is just blurry and stuff. But anyway, I'm going to keep it like this, then it is not that bad, I think. I just do not want to stay in this place. But I have seen that, well, yeah, okay, I can either just really complain about it and be unhappy about it, or I can just live with it for this moment until I do something about it, or until I see the change of me doing something about it. The first point. The second point is my thoughts on sleeping on the floor, I guess. I've been sleeping on the floor for 3 consecutive days this week. Today is Saturday. Yes, Saturday. And it's been quite cool and quite interesting. The funny thing is, on the 4th day, when I've then also decided to just not sleep on the floor again or anymore, I thought, well, I just actually don't want to sleep in my bed. My sleep was quite well. I was sleeping, quite good. Everything's been completely fine. I haven't had any just problems with my back or whatnot. And so I thought, so what is the point for me to sleep in my bed again? It's just only making it a little bit just worse for me to get out of bed. And, of course, I wasn't sleeping directly on the ground. I've used a carpet, I've used some blankets, an isolation mat that I'm normally using for working out that you can see maybe here. There you can see it. And, just I wasn't sleeping directly on the ground. Like I just didn't want to be ill or get ill or whatnot. Not necessarily something that I'm aiming for with whatever I'm doing. Not. But still, fine. I have been in the, not necessarily neglecting, but I've just not been sleeping that much recently, unfortunately, which is obviously not good. I'm just noticing it as well. My throat being more sore than it should be and stuff, and fucked up shit like that comes from me not sleeping enough and not resting enough. And some other thought that I had, and this is something completely different, is alcohol per se, and using alcohol for me to get around things. Not just I'm not thinking about just drinking until I throw up and just really stepping out of reality, but rather using it as a way to just think differently about things. And I've actually Googled a bit, and apparently this is not kind of the best decision or the best thing it could be doing. But I thought, well, I could use it as a tool. I could use it as a way to deal with things, maybe, but not just getting it to an addiction and stuff like that. This is just not something that I want to have. And, just to try it out. But if I'm trying it out, then I need to be really conscious about what I'm drinking. Then it should be something that's high percentage and low in carbs and stuff like that. So I do not want to fuck with my fitness goals just because of this quote unquote experiment. On the other hand, it should also be so it should actually kind of be the most healthiest alcohol that I can find. However you want to determine that, probably actually indeed, when it comes to just the carb percentage of it and or whatever. But something else, I think the better thing would be to just be alone, to be honest. Maybe write something down, maybe actually recording an episode, but then then I would have to be just drunk in the morning, and this is not also something that I necessarily want to have. So yeah, and I also thought about other things, other substances, but I just really want to stay legal. I don't want to do some illegal bullshit, whether it is actually doing better to my body or not. I just don't want to do some illegal shit. It's just not something that I'm into, not something that I'm really aiming for, and not something that I want to also have to deal with. Something else that is indeed pissing me off, I'm just learning for my driving license at this point in time, or I should be learning, but I am not. And it is one of the things that's pissing me off so much, because quote unquote, finally I'm having something to do, something sensible to do, but I'm not just fucking doing it because of whatever reason. And I don't know. Today I'm gonna do it. I thought about just 1 hour a day. 1 hour a day. Well, let's do half an hour a day. I'm still having quite some time left, and I'm hoping to just finish the theoretical part. Not the next week, but the week afterwards. I really hope to be able to do so before I'm starting to work. But then, of course, there's a practical exam, practical test as well. But I don't know when to do it. I could also just take... No, this doesn't make any sense. Well, it quite doesn't. Anyway, it is... I've been able to learn from my A-levels, and shit like that, so I should be able to learn these few questions as well, and it is also not that uninteresting, also because you are gonna need it. If you're just willing to drive a fucking car, then you are just gonna fucking need it, no matter what. And the only thing is that if you just... if you fail, then you need to just pay 100 and something, 170 or something, maybe $200 or some shit, which is something that I'm really not into, really completely not into. So I just really have to make sure that I'm going to be able to learn everything till in 1.5 weeks quite. And I should be able to do so if I just get the habit of learning it. The thing is, it's even like a game. Like it's some computer game, and yeah, so it should be fine. But it is an interesting thing. But I should just deal with it as with all the other habits, like doing it as easy as I possibly can make it for myself to work on that and to do that and to figure that out. Quite. So, yeah. Something that's pissing me off. Or that is pissing me off. Another thing that I'm really doing good at is the working out part. I have been very, 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 very consequent with it. Yeah. Been seeing the progress. This week I'm very sorry for that. This week I've also been able to just eat more, which was pretty good for me. But something that I do want to point out, I've been eating healthy, so I wasn't like just eating kebab and stuff like that and pizza and whatnot. I've been essentially eating the exact same things that I'm normally eating, but just in higher amounts. And I kind of feel like that from time to time, I feel like that I've gained some fat, especially in the just ab area or just tummy area. But the thing is, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty muscular, but also pretty lean, even though I'm eating way more. At least around 200 calories more, which just does make a difference. I'm normally eating 150 grams of oats each day, which is apparently it is a cup, as I found out, but now it is more or less 200 grams, which are equivalent to, 700 calories or something. So it is quite something, I'm not gonna lie. But I also try to eat not too much fat, because I've seen that, you can feel relatively bad if you're eating a lot of fat. And yeah, in terms of productivity, I've also been quite good. I actually wanted to start another podcast. I haven't done it yet, but today is actually a good day, even though, and this is something that I'm really looking forward to, either today or tomorrow, I'm going to do something with a buddy of mine, a very, very dear friend of mine. Looking forward to that. And yeah, I need to tidy up my fucking room. This is something that has to be done. But before that, no. After that, I'm gonna learn for my fucking driving license. Like, it is indeed not that uninteresting. It's indeed not that uninteresting. It's pretty interesting indeed, having all the rules, playing these fucking games, even though something that is pissing me off is that it is always, it is not random questions, and I do think there is no way to get random questions of a particular field, but it is always just from beginning to end, and it's pissing me off so much just because it's this exact same bullshit all the fucking time in terms of the sequencing of the questions. But I just want to have the latest questions as well, because the first ones I've gone through them just a trillion times. So yeah, this would actually be quite a cool thing. But anyways, there's something else that I could share with you. Amor Fati, Memento Mori, looked it up. These are pretty cool things, and Stoicism in general, and also Nietzsche. When it comes to Amor Fati. Something else that I could share. Something else. Do new things. Do it alone, do it with somebody else. Yesterday I've actually been hiking alone for 4 fucking hours. My legs are dead today quite. But it's been pretty cool. It's been actually pretty cool. I've been just having some cool views. Have not been there for just quite some time, so it's always great to see new things and do new things and meet new people and do old things in new ways, and period. It's always a good thing. And yeah, I think I'm gonna end the episode there. It's 16 minutes. I hope that I'm actually sharing, hope that I'm able to share some things that are of value to you. And yeah, I'm hopefully going to see you the next time. So I wish you the best health, happiness, and also success, and also hope that you're going to remind yourself and you're going to be remembered, which basically means your legacy, and basically means just being a nice person and then also being remembered as a nice person, which is a pretty fucking cool thing. 3 other questions that I have for you are: why are you here? What are you trying to change, and what is bothering you the most? These 3 questions are hopefully going to show you your purpose and maybe even a business idea, which is a pretty fucking cool thing. One other question, and this is the last one for today, is what could you essentially say, and particularly say, we can do a lot of things and we can make a lot of things, but what could you say that is really going to change somebody's life? Because I think that we all can say something, and we all can contribute something by saying something to a lot of people's lives. And this is amazing, and this is something that I want you to focus on. So yeah, I'm gonna see you the next time. Bye bye, and thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Really indeed.